Hola amigos, soy Paola Longoria, campeona mundial de racquetbol, raquetbolista profesional. Estoy muy contenta por el inicio de temporada. Estoy aquí justo en Denver, en mi primer torneo de esta nueva temporada 2023-2024. Me voy con 2 victorias, tanto en singles como en mixtos. Muy contenta de iniciar esta temporada con el pie derecho. Muy importantes para mí porque vengo de una temporada un poco complicada, la pasada. Y bueno, pues el día de hoy simplemente salí a disfrutar mi juego, salí con una buena estrategia, salí a disfrutar lo que tanto me ha gustado por muchos años, lo que me apasiona, que es el racquetball. Y bueno, pues siempre hay una diferencia cuando logro concentrarme al 100%, es cuando traigo a mi mejor juego. Y el día de hoy me sentí muy completa, me sentí muy bien físicamente, me estuve preparando mucho para este inicio de temporada y estoy feliz de lograr estas victorias tanto en singles y en mixtos con otro campeón que es Conrado. I started playing since I was 6 years old. My first racquetball that I touched was a tennis racket. I don't love to be on the sun, my face, so I switched to racquetball, and I get to racquetball for the summer camps when it was in vacations from school. My parents, they just put me in the club, and we have different activities: racquetball, swimming, gymnastics, soccer, basketball. So I try everything, but I remember that most of the teachers told me like I have a lot of aptitudes with the racket sports. I saw racquetball first as a hobby, not like right now my job. I remember the first thing that I say when I enter to the court is like, holy shit, what is this? So I was afraid of get hit, not gonna lie. I was 7 years and I don't know where to put. I remember I have this history that I start hitting the ball and then I told the lady and I get out of the court and then I told her like, it's your time to hit the ball. And she's like, what are you doing, Paula? And I was like, no, you're gonna hit me. So it was kind of funny because I never expect like I'm gonna be like dedicated 100% to this sport, the sport that really as first I saw as a hobby, but it's been a great journey. It's more than 23 years playing this amazing sport. It's not easy. I didn't have the childhood that all my friends had in. It's a lot of sacrifice to be the number one. It's a lot of discipline. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of training your mind too, because it's not only to reach the number one, it's to maintain it there. And for me, it was a very cool thing to stay there for more than 13 years. It's nothing easy, trust me. I missed a lot of great parties. I missed some special dates with my family. But every sacrifice that I decided at that time to put it before, I never regret because they took me to my objective to be number one. Me acuerdo que estaba retirándome de los campeonatos infantiles y juveniles, logré 12 mundiales consecutivos y a los 18 años gané mi primer US Open, el torneo que me abrió el panorama, que podía llegar a ser la número 1, le estaba ganando a la mejor, era Ronda Rousey, mi sueño ganarle en su momento que ella era la número 1. Y bueno, después se convirtió en una rivalidad la verdad muy padre, porque siempre ha habido un respeto a esa gran jugadora, una rivalidad donde pues ella también quería esa posición por muchos años y ya la tenía y yo decía, no, pero yo la quiero y yo estoy aquí. Entonces trabajé mucho también para eso, pero bueno, no fue una transición fácil. Yo creo que todo este trabajo, como lo venía diciendo, ha sido de muchos años. Yo me perdí momentos especiales con mi familia, yo no tuve la infancia como cualquier otra de mis amigas, tuve que hacer muchos sacrificios, pero todo ha valido la pena. Y hoy que estoy de profesional por más de casi 17 años, sigo disfrutando lo que desde el día 1 decidí dedicarme, que es el racquetball. Yo tengo mi carrera, tengo una maestría, soy ingeniero mecánico administrador, tengo una maestría en ciencias políticas y yo decidí dedicarme al deporte. Ha sido la verdad un trabajo no sencillo, porque ustedes saben que en México es complicado que te apoyen y tener los patrocinadores, pero sí quiero agradecer a todos los que se han sumado y que han estado a lo largo de mi carrera deportiva. No ha sido nada fácil ir a tocar puertas y que se abran, pero creo que de eso se trata la vida. Cuando las cosas son fáciles, yo creo que pues tampoco es interesante, y cuando se ha convertido un objetivo el trabajar con empresas grandes que le apuesten a mi carrera deportiva, que volteen a ver un deporte que no es olímpico, que la gente conozca qué hay detrás de Paola Longoria, cuál es el deporte que hago, y eso para mí es con lo que yo me doy por bien servida. Estoy muy contenta de tener grandes patrocinadores, de haber trabajado a lo largo de estos 23 años de carrera deportiva con muchas marcas de primer mundo, y que hayan volteado a ver una atleta mexicana que siempre ha tratado de poner a México en lo más alto del podio.
it seems like you're almost a household name in Mexico, and that you brought a lot of attention to racquetball. I've also noticed your Idaho potato and,
yeah.
and your Barbie doll.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like for me, you come here to make history. And when I got back from the Olympic Games, I remember my parents received me and they say, you have something that for us, when you open it, you make history already. And I say, what do you mean? And they say, okay, that's a gift that is waiting for you, and Mattel sent it to us. And I was like, holy shit, I never expect it's gonna be my Barbie. So I remember since I was a kid, I played with those dolls, and for me it was like, yeah, you can be whatever you want. And for me it was more sports, and I tried gymnastics, I tried swimming, I play tennis, I play soccer, and I do all these sports, but I love racquetball. And when they decide to do that Barbie for me, and they interview a lot of kids, girls, that they say, okay, who's your best athlete, woman in Mexico, who you want to be a Barbie? And the girls were voting for me. So for me, that means a lot, because you came here and you make history, but it's also like an example to the young generation. They want everything easy, and that's not gonna happen. You need to work hard, you need to have discipline, you need to work every single day for the objective that you have. And it's gonna be obviously some days that I don't wanna train, some days that I really wanna party, or some days that I really don't feel like the energy, but I wanna be number one. And that was my objective at that time. And I say, everybody is working, so I'm gonna wake up and go and do the same thing. So it's kind of cool, because it's amazing, like all the history that is on my country. And when I played Pan American Games in 2011 in Guadalajara, for me, it was kind of the tournament that opened this panorama. Like everybody started knowing about my name, but they don't know my sport. So for me, it was another objective to work. Okay, you guys know my name, but you guys need to know what I play or what I'm doing it. So for me, like kind of work to people to understand racquetball. It's not an easy sport. It's not a sport that is in everywhere. In Mexico, it's only on the private clubs. So it's kind of cool. Like since I've been working on my career and being number one, people can start following me, and I was like, racquetball, they kind of know. And sometimes they confuse racquetball with squash, but for me it's kind of great that at least they know what I'm playing, which court, and I obviously try to explain everything about racquetball. Tengo planes, el próximo año me caso, entonces para mí viene una etapa muy bonita, la he estado disfrutando bastante. Decidí hacer un balance en mi vida, de también sacrifiqué mucho tiempo mi vida personal, sacrifiqué mucho tiempo pues mis relaciones con mis amistades, mis amigas, mi familia, y hoy en día trato de hacer ese balance entre familia, deporte, mi prometido, mis amigas, y bueno, pues hay momentos difíciles, pero creo que también el apoyo de ellos lo hacen mucho más fácil. Para mí seguir jugando y poder hacer el racquetball a este nivel es algo que toda la vida le he agradecido a Dios por darme este talento, por darme la salud de seguir haciendo lo que tanto me gusta. Creo que gracias a Él estoy aquí, y para mí eso es la mayor satisfacción, el que pueda seguir compitiendo al máximo nivel. ¿Cuántos años? No lo sé, no me he pensado cuántos más quiero o el retiro. La verdad es que lo único que he dicho es que mientras Dios me dé salud y me permita seguir jugando el racquetball al máximo nivel, pues lo voy a seguir disfrutando. Tengo una carrera y una maestría, y mi próximo futuro sí puede ser la política, puede ser la televisión. He estado también ahí, he tenido varias ofertas ahí, y bueno, pues he tratado de enfocarme todavía en lo que me gusta ahorita, que es el racquetball, pero sé que viene, y estoy segura, primero Dios, confío que hay un futuro prometedor. Yeah, we met in Playa del Carmen in pandemic. He doesn't know anything about racquetball. He doesn't know.
Does he speak Spanish?
No, right now yes, but at that time no. And it was funny because I was like, you weren't traveling where it was like this COVID pandemic, and my friends were like, let's go, Paola, let's go to Playa. And I said, no, I don't want it. It's very dangerous right now. I have my mom like very sick of COVID, so I don't want it. And they say, no, you need a break. So right now, let's just go and visit this friend. And destiny, they put us together. I'm very, very happy to find a guy that Jeff is with me. He supports me. He's all about racquetball right now. He loves my career. He works, but he also loves sports. And to be in the same mindset, it helps a lot, because he supports me on my goals. He's like the person that I always count with. it's gonna be my fiance. I decided to be like with him forever, and obviously looking forward for my family. I want to have kids. We already talked about that, and it's kind of cool because I'm enjoying this part that I never had it before, and for me it's something amazing. Bueno, vengo de una familia súper deportista. Mi mamá hizo básquetbol, mi papá fútbol y hoy en día practica todos los deportes de raqueta. Mi hermano era futbolista, el grande, y el chico, bueno, pues también fue campeón mundial juvenil de raquet y practican todos los deportes. Eso lo hace mucho más sencillo para mí. Pero ustedes saben que mi familia ha sido siempre mi principal apoyo. Ellos le apostaron a mi carrera deportiva cuando yo no tenía ningún patrocinador. Mis papás me mandaron a Estados Unidos, ellos estuvieron ahí, han estado conmigo desde el día 1. Y bueno, yo creo que para mí eso es un agradecimiento especial porque ellos confiaron y ellos sabían, a pesar de las limitaciones que había en el deporte mexicano, ellos confiaron en que mi carrera podría ser exitosa y no se equivocaron. Digo, sabían que tienen una hija muy disciplinada, muy dedicada, pero también estoy muy agradecida con ellos porque yo no estaría en el lugar en el que estoy sin su apoyo. Para mí mi familia lo es todo, hemos compartido momentos increíbles a través de este deporte, pero también fuera del deporte. Somos una familia muy unida, tengo unos hermanos que siempre me han apoyado al 100%, que siempre están ahí para mí. Tengo unos papás que en todo momento, buenas o malas o no tan buenas experiencias, siempre han estado apoyándome con un consejo, con un abrazo, con un beso, con una palabra. Yo creo que eso es lo más importante, tener una familia que independientemente de quién eres o lo que llegues a lograr, somos unidos y nos respetamos y nos amamos todos.
Speaking of support, my last question is your relationship with Fran Davis and how not all the pros on tour have a private coach, and I mean she travels with you in Rocky and
yeah, it's been a great journey with Fran. She's been working with me for more than 14 to 15 years. I remember when I lost my second US Open after winning the first one, I was on the restroom and one of my coaches left me on the final, and I was so sad, and I was on the restroom crying with my mom. And we remember that Fran was like the top coaches, and my mom says like, I don't know English, but if you need to go and ask if she wants to be your coach. And I was like, Mom, calm down. I was like, no. And I was crying, and she's like, if you don't ask, I'm gonna go and ask. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna ask her. So I was like, okay, I need to go and do it. So it was kind of cool because after that, we've been like together for more, as I say, 14 to 15 years. She's been in more of my Pan American Games, Worlds, Central American Games. It's not only a relationship as a coach. I see Fran as my second mom. She's always there for supporting me. She knows even when I'm in a bad mood or when I'm like not with the energy to train, but she's always pushing me. She's obviously a person that I respect a lot, and I think that all my coaches that are in the team with her, they become family, and we respect each other. I have 6 people on my team, different minds, but the same objective. Paola Longoria needs to be number 1. So we respect each other. We create another family. I saw her, as I told you, my second mom, and I shared a lot of great moments with her, like US Opens, Worlds, Pan American Games, Central American Games, the World Games. So she's always there, and I know that when I have when something is not good or I have bad days, I know I can count with Fran, and she knows vice versa. So I really love Fran a lot.